Hello, Jens Light here, and today I want to go through with you Dan Siegel's Wheel of Awareness meditation. Dan is an incredible American psychologist who's done things like the Healthy Mind Platter, and he's developed this meditation, and it's amazing. It's wonderful. It puts your mind, describes it as a metaphor of a wheel where you have in the center of it your awareness, and then you have the rest of the wheel are the four different segments. Firstly, you have the five senses, from the five bodily senses. Then we move into the internal bodily sensations. After that, we go into mental activities. And finally, he describes our role in the world, our interconnectedness. And if you want to follow it up, it's written, comes from his book, The Wheel of Awareness, written in 2018. And I'm going to read through the script of it now. So get comfortable. Either sit down or lie down. Try not to move too much. Basically, when we're stable and quiet, our internal parasympathetic system heals us. And so try to hold your position until the end of the activity. So gently close your eyes or soften your gaze and become aware of your breath at your belly, in your chest, or at your nose. And let the sensation of breath fill awareness. Imagine yourself in the center of the wheel, in the hub of knowing, of being aware. And imagine sending a spoke of attention from the hub of knowing to the first segment of the rim. Focus attention on the sense of hearing and let awareness be filled with sound. Now, letting hearing go, move the spoke to the sense of sight, letting awareness be filled with light. Now move the spoke of attention over, letting go of light and moving to the sense of smell, letting aroma fill awareness. Now move the spoke of attention over again, opening to the sense of taste, letting tastes fill awareness. Now let the spoke of attention move over to the sense of touch, letting your awareness become filled with a sensation of skin touching the air, skin touching clothing, touching the floor. Taking a deep breath now, imagine moving the attention over to the next segment of the rim, which represents the interior of the body, the sensations of the muscles and bones and the internal organs. Let's begin with the facial region, letting the sensations of the muscles and bones of the face fill awareness. Moving attention up to the forehead and top of the scalp, and down the sides of the scalp, passing by the ears, and now to the muscles and bones of the throat and neck. Now moving attention to the shoulders, and then streaming attention down both arms to the ends of the fingers. Now bringing attention to the upper back and chest. Now the lower back and the muscles of the abdomen. And now focusing attention on the sensations of the hips. And now streaming attention down both legs to the ends of the toes. And now focusing attention on the pelvic region, opening awareness to the sensations of the genitals. And now focusing attention on the sensations of the intestines, beginning deep in the abdomen with the lower intestines. And now moving upward to the stomach region at the top of the abdomen. And now following those gut sensations up from the stomach through the center of the chest, opening to the sensations of the esophagus, connecting the stomach to the throat and the interior of the mouth. Now moving to the respiratory system, beginning behind the cheekbones with the sensations of the sinuses, then the nose, and to the mouth, and down the front of the throat, the trachea, the tube that brings life-giving air down into the center of the lungs and into the interior of the chest. The lungs on both sides expanding and contracting. And now let the focus of attention move to the heart region. Opening awareness to the heart region, opening awareness to the sensations of the heart. Now let the sensations of the whole of the interior of the body fill awareness from head to toe. Knowing that science has now shown what wisdom traditions have known for a long time, that opening awareness to the sensations of the body is a powerful source of wisdom and intuition. I invite you to take a deeper breath, knowing you can always return to exploring this sixth sense of the sensations of the body. And now move the spoke of attention over to the next segment of the rim. We'll now direct the spoke of attention to focus on the third segment of the rim, the segment that represents the mental activities of emotions, thoughts, memories, beliefs, intentions, hopes, and dreams. I encourage you to invite any mental activities, thoughts, feelings, and memories to come into the hub of knowing. Just be open to whatever arises from the rim or doesn't arise. There is no right or wrong. Many things may come or nothing may come. Simply open the hub to whatever might arise from the rim of mental activities. And let's begin that practice now. Next, again, inviting anything from mental activities into the hub of knowing, I invite you to pay special attention to how a mental activity, such as a thought, first arises in awareness. Does it arise suddenly or gradually? And once it has presented itself to awareness, how does it stay present? Is it solid, vibrating? And how does the mental activity, the thought, memory, or emotion leave awareness? Does it leave from one place or another, gradually, or suddenly? Does it just get replaced by one mental activity or another, like a thought, a feeling, or a memory? And if it doesn't immediately get replaced by another mental activity, what does the gap feel like between one mental activity and the next? Here, I invite you to become a student of the architecture of mental life, studying how mental activities first present to awareness, stay present, and then leave awareness. And let's begin that practice right now. Take a deep breath. And before we move the spoke of attention over to the fourth and final segment of our relational sense, we'll explore the hub itself. Some find it helpful to imagine bending the metaphoric spoke of attention around 180 degrees and aim attention right into the hub itself. Others find it more useful to imagine sending a spoke of attention out a bit and then retracting it into the hub. Still others prefer to simply leave the spoke of attention inside the hub, or to have no spoke at all and rest in the knowing of the hub of the wheel. Whatever way works best for you, the idea is the same. Open the hub of the wheel to the experience of becoming aware of awareness. And let's begin that practice right now. And now I invite you to find the breath and ride the wave of the breath in and out. Now, taking a deeper breath, straighten out the spoke and send it out to the fourth and final segment of the rim. This is the part of the rim that represents our relationships, our connections to people, and things outside these bodies we were born into. With the spoke of attention on this fourth segment of the rim, the relational segment, let awareness become filled with a sense of connection to people physically closest to you right now. Now, open to the sense of connection to family and friends not immediately next to you. Now let awareness become filled with the sense of connection to people with whom you work, in school, at work, in your community. And now open to a sense of connection to people who live in your neighborhood. To a sense of connection to people who share your community, to people who live in your town or city, and now opening to a sense of connection to people who live in your region or state, and to people who live in your country. To people with whom you share your part of the world. And now see if you can open your sense of connection to all people who live on this precious planet, this place named Earth. And now see if you can expand that sense of connection to all living beings on Earth. Recent scientific research has revealed what many ancient wisdom traditions have taught for a long time, that the creation of a state of kindness and compassion is not only good for others, but is helpful for our own individual well-being. This finding in mind, I invite you to repeat these phrases in your voice. I'll state a phrase or part of a phrase and pause And then you can repeat these words of kind regards and compassionate intention in your own inner mind. Here are the phrases. May all living beings be happy. May all living beings be healthy. May all living beings be safe. And may all living beings flourish and thrive. May I be happy and live with meaning, connection, and equanimity, and a playful, grateful, joyful heart. May I be healthy and have a body that gives me energy and flexibility, strength and stability. May I be safe and protected from all sorts of inner and outer harm. And may I flourish and thrive and live with the ease of well-being. Now, taking a bit of a deeper breath, our self is not only what exists in the life of the body, the I of who we are, we're also part of an interconnected whole, part of a we. Let's send these same aspirational statements of kind and compassionate intention towards we. May we be happy and live with meaning, connection, and equanimity, and a playful, grateful, joyful heart. May we be healthy and have a body that gives energy and flexibility, strength and stability. May we be safe and protected from all sorts of inner and outer harm. And may we flourish and thrive and live with the ease of well-being. I'd invite you now to again find the breath and ride the wave of the breath in and out. And now, taking a more intentional and perhaps deeper breath, I invite you to let your eyes get ready to open if they've been closed, and we will let this wheel of awareness practice come to a close for now. And I'd again like to thank Dan Siegel for developing that practice. I love it. And I think it works really well for people who haven't been exposed to mindfulness or meditation like activities much before. And you can find versions of that on his website. This is the full version, but there are shorter abbreviated versions too if you don't have as much time. Have a great day. See you next time.